Greetings, all you wild and weirdos and weirdettes. It's Ron. That's Joe over there. Dave will be with us after a while sometime. I think he's off plotting some doomsday thing. I'm not really sure what's happening, but I am sure that we are live. This is Wild and Weird Radio Live, and you guys are out there listening to us, and this is your show. So please, by all means, if you have not been here before, jump in a conversation. Just jump in a conversation, leave your, what do you say, Joe? Just say, hey, this is me over here in whatever state you're in. If you had an experience, share it, because you know what? We believe experiencers here. We'll get into that later. Joe.
Yeah, we have an issue when you got people making certain statements about experiencers, historically, even to the point where we've took stands at events that we were guests at and put our foot down on the platform and made things clear that jokes should not be made and that you shouldn't try to isolate anybody based off of their own experiences. Their experiences may be unique to them. Yeah. And, you know, that could be the case, but no one's the authority on the unknown. Keep that in mind because we're going to be addressing that later. Everybody, welcome. Thanks for being here tonight. We've got a full house hanging out there in the chat. Everybody, the fam as usual. Bigfoot Project, good to see you guys back. We missed you the last couple of weeks. You might have been watching, but we just didn't see in the chat. Wolf's Den, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Donna Ho.
Hey.
Jordan Booker himself is here.
Jordan's
what's
here.
Going on?
All
then
right.
We've got, let's see, Terry McCullough here. Good to see you too, brother. Lisa Beard, always a pleasure to have you with us here. I reckon they messed up and took away like your all screen names. I recognize your thumbnail, JB, but I can't remember your first and last there. Sorry about that. Then we have Gary Shore is here. We've got Octopus with at least a few friends. Byron's in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Uveru is here as well. We've got Brenda Ratliff. Nice to have you here once again. Let's see. Enzo. What's going on, Enzo? And of course, we can't forget Ada Cox, because Ada Cox is kicking the door down here straight out the gate tonight. We appreciate you so much, Ada. You are awesome. Thank you so much.
Multiple blessings to you and the owls and the little guys there. Thank you so much.
That's no owl.
That's no owl.
Dead Fish, what's going on? Good to see you out there. Stone Maven, good to see you back. Everybody, thanks for joining. Hey, Dark Wolf, look at you on this side. Good to see you right side up now.
Good to see. Good to see.
Glad you're out there. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. Finding the trackway.
Finding the trackway.
New thumbnail. I dig it, man.
Like that, yeah.
And then we've got who else? Linda Sigmund, of course. Good to see you as always. All right, so I got the meet and greets there all lined out, and before we get too far out of the way there, we're just going to go ahead and throw this one because, you know, Ada's amazing.
There we go. Just like that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, Joe,
we got off the air last week.
It was an interesting week.
It was indeed. Literally moments after we got off the air, Dave started sending us messages about updates that just came through.
He did.
With the SETI project, as well as a telescope that had detected alien signals. Now, alien in the purest sense of the word, not little, gray men potentially, but signatures of unknown origin,
right,
coming in and being detected, and they were very strange signals. They were I guess the best way to put it, maybe like mechanical.
What's strange about this though is that what he sent us is circulating around again, but they're talking about that one particular signal that we addressed back in 2020 again.
Yes.
And we bring this up from time to time. You'll hear us talk about this. If you go back and watch the shows, you'll hear us talk about that signal that, they detected. But what's interesting about this video, my friend, is in the video, they say that they never found a source for this. They just simply say it may have been something terrestrial on Earth.
Yeah.
That caused it, because it happens within the bandwidth of what most of our communication systems work on. Very interesting.
Well, now I'll give it that, right? Because it does happen within the bandwidth. I mean, it's actually in a common signal range.
Mm-hmm.
This is an extremely sophisticated piece of machinery.
Mm-hmm.
Decoding that signal would be a piece of cake.
Mm-hmm.
Were it something that we know what it is.
Right.
So that's where my beef with that comes in. Like, all right, if you think it's terrestrial, like, that's simple enough.
Prove it.
Just process it.
Bingo. Yeah. Yeah. And you're right. And I'm like, man, this thing won't go away. It is the story that will not go away. And I think that might be a reason for this. It's
coming from exactly where scientists would expect an alien signature to come from. Proxima.
What are you going to do about that? Proxima Centauri. That's right. So what do you, I mean, I don't know, man. It's back in the news again.
I know.
I hear more about it this year. And maybe that's part of this whole acclimation process, man. I don't know.
This is another very valid argument. And this is one of the arguments that I made back in 2020. If you wanted to truly contact us because you had observed us, wouldn't you utilize the most common frequency that you're detecting on your own equipment?
Yeah.
I mean, that's experiments that we do ourselves, man. Right. We try to reach out and touch whatever is hitting and pinging our equipment.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that another civilization would try to do the same. Or, because it's hard to really say, but what if just by chance, if it is a far off, so distant that the civilization there could have been extinct and we're just detecting its sorrowful song, that it's because it was also operating using the same kind of frequencies because they were also very efficient.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a universally efficient signal range to use for communication just before you get to the point or after that you have nuclear arsenals.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. In fact, there's a little something there that George Knapp just literally shared tonight on X. I have a clip of it, and that's really funny because you don't know this. So there's one of those again. Probably supposed to show it if that's the case, because that's how it kind of works around here. So it's actually called New Findings. That's what I have in the folder here. And check this out, Joe. Put us in presentation mode. You're gonna like this.
You got it.
You're gonna like this. Ready? Here we go. Check this out.
Advanced alien civilizations could be communicating like fireflies in plain sight, researchers suggest. A new paper posits that advanced alien civilizations may communicate through subtle flashes like fireflies do on Earth. The thought experiment suggests that we need to avoid human biases in our search for extraterrestrial life. What
a concept, right?
That is a bold and brave new concept that I would have never thought of.
No.
Were I, space scientist.
Space scientists.
Advanced alien civilizations may communicate via series of flashing lights, similar to how fireflies do, a new paper hints.
Mm-hmm.
This would potentially make extraterrestrials much harder to spot if we continue to rely on our current observation techniques, the researchers argue. However, while this thought experiment raises interesting questions about alien intelligence, it does not provide any evidence that these signals actually exist. So far, the quest to uncover alien intelligence has focused on finding evidence of distant human-like civilizations. For example, the SETI Institute, the world's leading organization dedicated to searching for alien life. It spends most of its time searching for radio signals or exoplanets that are giving off heat from technological megastructures, such as a Dyson sphere.
Yeah.
which we had a whole episode on Dyson spheres. You can go check that out.
Long
time ago.
Long time ago.
Oh man, this is long. However, some scientists believe that these searches suffer from an anthropomorphic bias. Yes, we've been saying that for ages.
Not an anthropomorphic bias. There's no such thing. You have to give me more data on this.
Meaning we're trying to understand non-human entities through a distinctly human lens. What? This is groundbreaking and not... Hold on.
Told you it was perfect. I told you this was when you said that.
Do not account for potential civilizations that were wholly different from our own, like the octopus people, due to their bias. But we may be overlooking promising signs of life. Now, do you think that Dr. Riola's or Via might be one of the one that's doing these light studies? And because they haven't named the researcher by name, but she's the one that did detect the changes in signatures in light. No
idea. All I know, this is a new paper.
I bet she might be involved. If she's not, she probably is now. In the new study uploaded November 8th, oh yeah, it's got to be. Because, researchers proposed that a new way that alien civilizations could communicate, and that is by flashing each other like fireflies, as previously stated. These flashing signals could be used as specific complex communications. However, the researchers argue that they are more likely being widely broadcast to other civilizations, like a luminous repeating beacon. So think of it kind of like Morse code with a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
so we know all about the fireflies. You don't got to read that down there anymore. But what they're saying is it's speculative, right? It's completely speculative, but it's also doing something else, Joe. It's kicking the door open once more.
It is.
And making them think outside I already know this box that Avi was trying to do for so long and got made fun of. It's the same kind of thing. We got to have these conversations. Here's the last part. You can read that.
The new paper, researchers analyzed the flashes of more than 150 pulsars rapidly spinning, highly magnetized neutron stars that shoot out regular beams of electromagnetic radiation. You mean things use radiation to communicate?
Anyway,
as a proxy for what these signals may look like. And while they found no evidence of any artificial signals, they did note that some similarities between pulsars and firefly signals.
So no, I want you to read that again. I want you to read that part again, because that's the part that's really interesting.
They did note some similarities between pulsars and firefly signals.
What?
I mean, that is it.
Yeah.
If we're going that route, then one has to also postulate there are fireflies that aren't fireflies, but they're actually predators that use the same flashing signals to lure in males to then eat them.
Yeah, that's true.
Just saying.
Just saying. You got to look at all.
Anyway, and they proposed ways of being able to detect future firefly-like flashes from other natural objects, like pulsars.
Mm-hmm.
The study team argues that these signals could be more likely to evolve in long-lasting alien civilizations that progress past the need for widespread use of radio waves.
There.
Interesting. A similar progression is already happening on Earth.
There, right there. See that? So what it says right there is we're already starting to get away from our radio transmissions. We have been. So we're focusing more on these newer forms of communication at this point in transmissions. Laser transmissions, light transmissions, keeps it in the family, keeps it right here locked where no one's going to hear that stuff, because it may not be too smart to do that. But the most important part of this is what it says right there. The study team argued that these signals could be more likely to evolve in long-lasting alien civilizations that progress past the need for widespread use of radio waves. Think back to the lecture we gave at the festival this year, and the fellow who was there, who was talking, who listened, talked about us, hearing the weird radio signal, right?
Yeah,
and he gave us his take on that, how he had also encountered something very similar to that at one point in his position in the government, right?
Yeah.
And And what he said was, well, maybe, and he said the exact same thing they're saying there. Maybe, you guys are at the flashing lights, maybe they're thinking, well, they're flashing lights too, but they can't get that. So maybe we can do this. And, they had to think back. Well, what did they use before we used this technology? I don't remember. It's been hundreds of thousands of years. What did maybe they consulted their AI oracle, and it said, wow, back in the past, the ancients, the starfarers used to use radio transmission, and they're like, oh, well, let's try that.
It's very possible. I mean, right? It's as good a guess as any. And with everything that we have going on, with everything that we have happening immediately, this has been a just crazy rush of a first week and a half, 2 weeks of the new year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're literally only 1 week in.
Yes. Technically, yes.
And it's been crazy on all fronts, but particularly with the disclosure stuff and the possible new discoveries and all these things. Let's see here. One of the
guys up here, you can't see their stuff. Hang on, let's get them up here. There you guys. Sorry about that. I got to turn that on every time, so I keep forgetting to turn that on. I was like, something's not right here. I couldn't see.
You increased the size.
Well, I had to put it up there. It wasn't on the screen.
I saw it on the screen.
Now they can see it.
So the which one on the notes do you want to hit first, man?
Well, we're gonna go keep them in order. So that's good. You know what that's gonna be? That's gonna be this. And
so this one, I found this one while I was taking a break today at work, and it was the most cryptic message that I think we have seen in a long time.
I'm just gonna leave it right there. You don't need to put it in presentation. I mean, you want to. You
can. We're blocking it.
Okay, we're blocking it. All right. So go ahead and pop it back up. All right, go ahead.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
This is all it said. Lou Elizondo, it's coming. The comment that he was responding to said, Lou, why don't you jump into the mix like you're so good at to try to spice things up again? Because they were complaining about it being a slow, like the UFO topic being slow.
It's slow disclosure.
Yeah. Right.
But I don't know what he's talking about. So
yeah, he says it's coming.
We're watching it.
It's coming.
We're watching it. I don't know. We've got our fingers on the hand to move our disclosure clock up if we need to, but right now we're still sitting where we've been sitting. So
yeah,
we're still sitting at 4 minutes. And it's coming. I don't know what that means, Lou. Maybe you can tell us.
Very cryptic, my dude.
That's very cool, though. I like your style. That's what I'm going to say. I like your style.
Right. I mean, it's one of those things like it's like a pre-announcement for a like an album release or something like that, some kind of new series. It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Wow. Yeah. So that one, I don't know. I don't know what he means by that. The next
Enzo
one though,
says Lou's coming out with another book. I mean,
I don't think
I hope it's something more substantial than a book.
I don't think so. I really don't. And why I say that's because I know that Jay's Stratton's book's coming out like next.
Eventually.
Supposed to be coming out.
Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Maybe that could be it. I don't really know. All I know,
that book's been caught up in Dopser like real bad.
Oh yeah.
That's the whole reason we haven't seen it yet, is because it keeps having to be resubmitted for review.
Yep.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We don't really know that that's true. Don't quote us on that.
Oz says Lou's publisher has a new book by him on its website.
By who? By his publisher? Or
like the publisher's posting a new book by Lou? It was announced today.
Oh.
Okay. So it was like an album release. It's coming.
Check that out. See, I told you I like his style. That's cool.
Jeez.
Oh my God. So he's going to follow up like, what's his name, right? Lakatsky, and just make this volume and stuff. And if we put it all together, it draws a picture. I don't know.
I tell you what, Lakatsky's stuff's better.
I like the way he did it.
One of just the first few chapters of one of Lakatsky's books And I'm not poo-pooing on Imminent. Imminent was a decent read.
Yeah.
But it had more information in it, in like that much of a book than what all of Imminent had.
One chapter in this book will make you go, what? And with Lou's, it was like, okay, I heard that before. You know, except for the stuff about Lou. Except for the stuff about Lou, you know, that was different, like his personal life and stuff. But when you read some of that, it's like not only have you may have heard it, but we may have actually experienced it.
Right.
And it's like, oh my, that's data. That's actual data. That's what I want. I want data. I don't want that, you know, that really cool story that somebody told you. I want to hear that story. Yes. And I want to put that in my little box over here as part of the anecdotal evidence, but I want that data.
Yeah.
Like that we saw in here that replicates some of the stuff that we've seen and, you know,
agreed.
Reported. That's a little more significant. Now, as a package deal, great. Another book of stuff they can't say because they're not allowed to. Fabulous. Exactly. That's exactly right. It's not even that though, Oz. It's like you're not even permitted to. You can buy it.
The name. Look at the name. The Reckoning.
Are you serious? Wow. That sounds personal.
It does.
Again, I dig the style. If that's man,
Lou's book is titled The Reckoning, the unspoken truth about UFOs and the urgency of now. Build your bunkers, everybody.
Got it. Yeah, you got to. I love it. That's it. All right.
I hope it comes in a hardcover with a fancy page.
No, it's not going
to like all of that fairy smut now.
It's probably going to come in a book that's like glued shut. You can buy the book, but you're not allowed to look at the book.
You can't read it. You're not legally allowed to look at the words in it.
You can't. No, you can read the title. That's it. That's all you get. The rest of it's just locked.
Oh, now see, I'm definitely in. It's a cookbook.
It's a cookbook.
NW, thank you.
NW,
much appreciated.
Blessing. Well, we have to find out about this book. I mean, that's our mission for the next week, I guess.
Oh yeah.
That's fun. I like the name. I love the name. We actually had a that was one of the names we were going to use for our album, the last album for whatchamacallit, I think Majestic. Majestic. It was Relics. Sorry, Relics. And instead we use what do we use? I can't remember what the name of it was. It's probably something that someone's going to use. So it'll, it doesn't matter. It never got made. it got into concept art, I think it was called The Awakening. That was it. The Awakening. Yeah, that was the name of it. Anyway. All right. So let's go to that next thing, right?
We're going to the water. It's time to go to the beach, Ron.
Okay.
Ross Colhart has been tackling the
that kind of beach
overwhelming topic of USOs.
He has been. I'm really happy to see that we've drifted back. Literally, see what I did there? Drifted back into the ocean stuff, into the underwater stuff, because we know that this phenomena is definitely somehow connected to water. We just don't know how.
Right.
Oh, that's an image. That's an image file. So let me find this.
Present mode?
Yeah, take us to present mode. I'll go back into our news folder. Here we go. Here we go, guys.
There's quite a few submariners from Australia and particularly from the US submarine fleet who, I think there's an ethos there of secrecy, so they won't go on camera, but they've told me privately how many times when they've been on the sub, the sub's gone to general quarters, it's gone to battle stations, and there's an object moving in the water that's clearly showing up on the sonar as a gigantic metallic object, and it's moving at ridiculous speed. I mean, it's displacing the water at speeds that would defy our terrestrial technology. In some cases, they're talking about moving faster than the speed of sound.
So that would be technically
Seven.
not Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you got a new term that they're going to be needing, Joe. You
Right.
need to come up with one for them really quick. And yeah, I think that would be right. Not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mock, because mock's up
Right.
there.
It mocks in the air. So it would
Not.
be, but what? Okay. So would it still be knots if it's faster than the speed of sound underwater?
Well, what is the speed of sound
I don't
underwater?
know.
Why
Well,
don't you check one of your fancy AIs and ask
Well,
them?
it would still be
How
like
many?
faster
Okay,
than the
look.
speed of sound. So
What is the speed of sound at 700 and some feet per second? Find it. 750.
yeah, I won't Google it. I want to see if
yeah.
there's a difference in the speed of sound underwater.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Actually, dude, it is way slower.
Okay.
Wait, take that back. No, it is 4 times faster than in air.
Okay.
So it is moving. Sound travels at 1,480 meters per second.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive. So,
what about
holy
water?
crap!
So what's
It's
that?
4 times faster.
So why don't
4
you
times
translate?
faster than the speed of sound in the air.
Now translate that into miles per hour for the good folks here who are watching.
Oh, miles per hour. Oh, geez. Give me the maths.
Oh, it'll do it.
Hold
just,
on.
Just ask it in miles per hour, please. Oh, don't say please. They said if you ask please,
that would be miles per hour.
Is that legit?
Yes, that is legit. I just did the math.
That can't be right. 3,500 miles per hour
Underwater. So, like, we're talking about resistance
0
on like a massive scale because we're in water. You guys know what it's like to move around on land, and then you've been probably in knee-deep water before and knew how difficult it became. Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry about that. Whoa, that's crazy.
Rogue says it's the poop log. Joe's not telling us everything that happens behind the scenes. The poop log was who did the math.
That's it, probably.
Yeah. By the way, I got your poop log upstairs. I'm going to meet Seth with it. I was supposed to meet him with it before Christmas, but the kids got sick and we had to cancel the plans.
And then you've got the folks who just tuned in who will now be tuning out because they don't know what they just walked into.
Oh, we've got the man, the myth, the Doomsday Legend, Dave.
Doomsday Dave is here, everybody. Doomsday Dave. Welcome.
What's going on, brother?
What's going on?
I would give you some applause, but I don't have time to mess with those kind of sound effects for you. Anyway.
Well,
I do, baby.
You got about water there, right?
Hey. You deserve it, Dave.
You just encourage him with that stuff. Anyway, Dave.
We have a new Doomsday.
L.R. Miller, calling myself fashionably late. Hey, man, you're better late than never.
Okay.
Brother.
It's okay
Good to see you bouncing in the chat. We appreciate you, man.
Welcome. All right. So where are we at here?
Octopus says that's so interesting. It's harder to move through water or fluid in general, but information travels faster.
Yeah.
So like signals travel faster.
Yeah.
But we have an object, physical object, detectable on sonar. So it's like it actually has mass. So it's more than just like a frequency. It's got mass. And it's moving at 3,500 miles an hour through water.
I don't know. I think that's nuts.
That's
nuts. I don't know.
It's because of the density of the water.
What's that, Dave? What, Dave?
It's because the density of the water is why it moves faster.
Well, yeah, the frequencies, yeah.
It's completely nuts.
But we were just checking Ross Colhart right before you jumped in. Ross Colhart ran an interview. He was with Dr. Who was that?
Oh no, he was with what's his name?
Dolan.
Yeah, Dolan.
Yeah, and Dolan. He was with Dolan, and they were talking about some of these reports, and some of the Navy reports have these USOs moving faster than the speed of sound underwater, which is 3,500 miles an hour, and these are objects with mass. So they're detectable on sonar, and that's how they've detected these things moving.
I'm curious. I'm just curious. Like, I know there's a lot of folks out there who listen to us, and you're not breaking any security clearances, I don't think. But not asking what you've seen, but does that sound plausible? Have you
Well,
heard from
just
a
talking about
friend?
friction,
Yeah.
we think about friction in the air, and we've detected these things on thermal and how quickly they move, and how if it was a physical object that was like traditional, the reason we can rule out a physical traditional object is because the friction on the surface would rip it apart.
Well, water blows my mind. So
Right.
that's
This thing moving in water, that's like, I mean, you're talking about the pressure around that object at that point would be enough, more than enough to cut steel beams in half.
yeah. I don't know. I think you're gonna be dealing with something there's that warp bubble stuff again, man. There's
Yeah,
the warp
Enzo
bubble
said,
stuff.
for reference, most modern nuclear subs move around 30 to 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 50 would be ridiculous speed as far as it goes. But I mean, you're talking about creating some kind of a bubble around this thing to make it negate darn near everything. So I don't even know how that works. I can't fathom that one. So wow.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good one. That's a really good one. So something else happened this week, by the way.
Trackway says that's not possible. The thermal forces underwater would cause monstrous explosions. Think runaway steam boilers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not possible. You're 100% right.
Modern physics says no.
No.
Whatever
No.
this thing is says, F you, modern physics. I do what I want.
I don't understand that. But again, there's parts of this phenomena that seems to, to bend those rules. And I think that's one of our problems. They don't know how, they don't know why. And it's probably, it's probably a really cool weapon if you can figure out how to use it right. But let's be honest, they're trying to figure it out. The next thing we have, Joe, was another little bit of historical news, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty historical anyway. It was this. You can take this presentation. This popped up this week. It says it's in the world news, so I want you all to understand this.
Keep in mind, it's world news.
This is world news. However, keep this in mind.
World news was also the people that broke Michael Jackson was dead.
Well, they did, didn't they? I forgot about that. Yeah. What's more interesting about this is that you can go search this, and it's real. This actually did happen. So I don't know why the world news ran it. I couldn't tell you. I whatever. But it doesn't say weekly world news. It says world news. So I'm going to think that they may be a little different. But, the black and white headline is what kind of throws you at that point.
Yeah.
But no, for real, there apparently was a little bit of an admission that there was something that happened in the UK. And I will show you a little more of that. Boom. UAPs do not appear to use conventional reaction propulsion. The Belgian deltas, confirmed by the country's MOD, Ministry of Defense, hovered for long periods, accelerated quickly at supersonic speeds, outran F-16s. If this represents real technology, perhaps it should be acquired. Now, that's actually in this alleged document that was released, and supposedly we can actually get a copy of this. It's supposedly on file now, right? That's what they're saying.
Correct.
But it basically says that they wanted it, that they were trying to get this technology because, of course, again, everything can be weaponized. The report said the landing, and here's another one here. This was talking about Woodbridge, Suffolk. Claims was the site of a glowing craft of unknown origin, briefly touching down before zooming back into the heavens. This is talking about the Rendlesham Forest event right here, Joe. That's what we're talking about.
Yes, it is. The most famous. It's basically the Roswell of the UK.
That's right. That's what they're talking about. And it basically says right here, that check this part. The report said the landing was confirmed by the U.S. unit commander and others. Also referenced other countries that have taken an interest in harnessing UFO technologies. Imagine that. Other countries. So in both the Belgian forest case and UAPs apparently did not use any conventional propulsion systems. They could hover as well as move at considerable speed. The French have always had an interest in the topic. I'm aware that there's a informal intelligence grouping in the U.S. Yep, there's that right there. An informal intelligence grouping in the U.S., guys. Huh. How about that?
Informal intelligence gathering. What that would mean, and anybody else who's out there that's prior fed can chime in too, that's probably going to be like a non-governmental agency of some sort. So that way it's guarded, protected by FOIA.
Right. And it's also important to remember what else it says here. Although the correspondence concedes most alleged UFO sightings were not credible, a small number of them could not be explained by conventional science. We've been saying this forever. We've been saying this before anything really broke. You take the original cases from Blue Book. If only 10% of them are real, if only 1% of them are real, that's 1% that shouldn't really be possible, but is.
And that's enough to cause a question.
That's enough to cause a question. So, yeah, anyway, basically, it's talking about these technologies that these craft had that they observed, and some of the unsealed documents even acknowledged that the ordered research would raise eyebrows among some intelligence officials, encouraging keeping an open mind. Where have we heard that before? It's so fantastical you wouldn't believe it.
We've been hearing that a lot recently.
That's the words. It's so fantastic. You just can't believe this other stuff. And now we're seeing some of this fantastic talk, like things moving through water at 3,000 miles per hour, for example, I guess. That's pretty fantastic. Anyway, they're talking about also right here. This is good at the bottom where it says a mention of UAPs is guaranteed to generate mirth of range of little green men jokes because of the fringe element of crazies and the lack of conventional intelligence information. Well, it's there because they put it there. They put that category on it. It's great. If you can make them think it's crazy, no one's going to look at it. Now you need people to take it serious. So now you got to backpedal, don't you?
Yeah.
The formerly secret documents have been placed in the National Archive at Kew in southwest London. UK Minister of Defense Readiness Luke Pollard said in December of 2024 that the Ministry of Defense had ceased to investigate reports of UFOs and UAP in 2009, noting the ministry had no current plans to commit resources to investigating alleged sightings moving forward. So basically, it's old news. They dropped it. Now it's in the archives. Kind of like what they did with the Stargate stuff here is what I'm kind of gathering. That's what it kind of looks like to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's kind of what I was picking out of that too.
Yeah.
So Trackway says somebody said warp bubble, and that's what it would really need to exactly, or that's what it would be needed, and exactly what it would look like moving through the water.
Yeah,
to go faster than sound underwater.
That's right. I learned a lot watching Star Trek.
Yeah, there would literally have to be a warp bubble. And then Enzo said, if it can move like that, the laws of physics are merely a suggestion.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I think that's one of our issues. I really do. I think that's what we're butting up against here is some of this stuff really is going to challenge physics as we know it.
Now, I actually saw this earlier this week too. Their octopus. There was an underwater drone that was filming a squid. It was filming one of the colossal squids.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it was one of the colossal squid videos. And they saw a USO flash past them on camera. And it was just this weird kind of blurry white shape. And it blew by faster than anything else that was moving in the water. Like it was pretty cool.
How fast is that, Joe?
I Knock Jesus.
I'll never get tired of hearing it.
Let's see. It was a Japanese marine biologist crew, and they were confused when they saw it. Yeah.
Oh, they probably thought it was kaiju.
Right.
Yeah.
They probably look down at us and say, crazy humans fighting over everything, and no, absolutely nothing.
Kaiju larva. That's what it was. Yeah.
Trackway says, what was the Russian forest that was leveled by a meteorite exploding from friction within the Earth's atmosphere? Yeah. That was about something moving at the speed of sound underwater would cause. That would be Tunguska.
Yeah, Tunguska.
Siberia.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a crazy. And the meteorite idea is just a theory.
That's right.
They've never really found fragments to support it. It could have even been Tesla's death ray test.
Could have been a warp core breach.
Yeah.
Sorry, Star Trek.
There's a lot of possibilities. Octopus says, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. It was such a juxtaposition of two of my favorite things, UFOs and marine biology.
That's pretty cool.
Beth says, I'd love to know a portion of the tech that was on that huge white UAP that had the red lights that was following directions from the white one. Hey, just an old hippie. What's going on? Good to see you. House.
All right, let's go to our notes. What do we got up here, Joe? What's next? Let me see what's next. Let me see. We get it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is weird. This is a weird one.
Going to media?
Let me find it. Yeah, media. Yeah, this is a weird one. This is you guys sent one of you sent this over. I don't know which one. And I usually when you send stuff over, if I'm working, I don't get to look at it until later. And sometimes it's like, man, I wish I'd looked at that sooner. But this was a really good one because we just had this conversation not that long ago. And coincidentally, before this, I actually made that little short this week that was talking about the whole
just an old hippie. We thank you.
We got so much. Yep, blessings.
Much appreciated.
You want to do those before I pop this up? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Here it comes.
Yep, sky jellies. Everybody likes sky jellies.
Well, I mean, we're talking about USOs and we're talking about moving at the speed of sound underwater. Why not bring the creatures from the water into the sky, man?
That's what I'm saying, All right. So speaking of creatures in water and sky and space.
A scientist says aliens may have started life on Earth.
Now, what's interesting is this happened 3 months ago, and we're just now kind of starting to see this make some kind of circulation.
Again,
right. Exactly. Well, I think that the first rounds, it's usually behind a paywall or something. I don't know what they do.
But I want you to see who put this out.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Popular Mechanics. Yeah. This is not a
Weekly World News
that loosely throws around willy-nilly. Yeah, they're not world news.
Yeah.
You're not going to see articles about Bat Boy running in this series.
I mean,
more and more mainstream.
It's really good. This article actually draws out the speculation very well. His name is Robert Enders, and he decided to create a mathematical model for the abiotic emergence of life, but the results of his models either appeared highly unlikely or did not align with the fossil record. So Enders' results brought him to further question how life originated on Earth. And let me tell you the rest of the story, so to speak. In 2013, fossils of microbial life nearly as old as the Earth itself were unearthed from the sun-baked basalt of Australia's Pilbara Craton.
Yeah, the Pilbara Craton.
Is that it?
It has one of the coolest series of basalt structures. Like some of them are, like 20, 30 feet wide, and they're like massive basalt columns that are all running along the ocean side. It's a really, really cool feature.
I think I know what you're talking about. These were the stromatolites, sedimentary formations made by microorganisms that thrived in the ancient floodlands that had long since dried. At nearly 3.5 billion years old, they were thought to be the oldest evidence of life, until even older microfossils that went back 3.77 billion years were found in Canada 4 years later. Findings from an ancient hydrothermal vent that used to be at the bottom of the ocean seem to support a hypothesis that
if you remember when this hydrothermal vent opened up in it was like 2015 to 2017, somewhere in that ballpark, and they released the publication. This was after Wild and Weird was already alive. And I remember us talking on Facebook about not touching the ancient microbial life. Don't get that virus.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
This is that same finding, the hydrothermal vent that opened up and they found those old 3.77 billion year old life.
Well, it gave him enough data at that point to look at this a little deeper. And what he started seeing was, and by the way, he is of Imperial College in London. He's not ruling out the possibility of abogenesis, okay? But that's non-living matter going through the process that eventually gives rise to life, which is how they think life began on Earth. But he's also not dismissing the possibility that life might have been brought here by intelligent extraterrestrials that somehow terraformed the planet. Those are his words, not mine.
I mean, this has been a pretty broad idea for several decades.
Hmm?
You know, there's a whole TV series about it.
I mean, Ron's favorites, mind you.
Yeah, right. Documentaries, tons and tons of books. Very, you know,
yeah.
I mean, it's a viable possibility.
Well,
we don't know.
The thing is, he's again throwing it out there. And I think that's something that we're going to see a lot more people doing.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a lot more of this, and that's good because you've got to have these people think outside the box, or we're just going to be sitting there spinning in circles, man. I mean, that's what we've been doing for darn near 70 years. This field, ufology, the paranormal, it's done nothing but sit there and spin around in the same dirt for literally, you know, that long, because everybody's afraid to step outside the circle. They can't go out there. Someone's going to laugh at me if I say this. Who cares? Kind of done with the whole they're going to laugh at me stuff.
Octopus saw something. Hang tight.
What?
Almost forgot to tell you guys. I saw a satellite come from the south tonight, and by the time it got overhead, it had apparently changed direction and was going east.
They don't do that.
They don't do that.
Satellites don't change direction.
If they do change directional shift like that,
you won't see it. If a satellite changes directions, it's so subtle you are not going to see it.
It's going to be just a changing direction over a very long period.
Yeah, you're not gonna witness that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So depending on the angle, movement, etc. Yeah, it's not.
But I had a good one last night, guys.
You saw the Starlink, didn't you?
Well, no, I didn't see anything particularly. I was, as Lisa, we got her new telescopes. I was setting it up last night, and which ran into some issues, but finally got hers working and trying to teach her how to use it.
Nice.
Anyway, but I was looking up and I saw this object. It looked like it was moving across the sky, and it wasn't a satellite. It wasn't Starlink. It wasn't wasn't the space station. Nothing. None of that. And what ended up being, I told you I get fooled sometimes, even though I sit out there every night imaging. It was Cirrus. It was a star.
It got you.
And anyways, what was happening? There was an upper layer, a very thin.
Yes,
light
is a real thin
clouds.
layer.
the clouds were moving, and I didn't really see the clouds that well until they got close to the star, and so it really made it look like Sirius was moving. So there was a brighter star above it. It might have been Betelgeuse. I can't remember, but not brighter, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But anyways, so I compared that, and I was waiting for it to go underneath of it to make sure I was seeing what I thought I was seeing.
They weren't.
And for a while, it looked like it was moving under it, but it never did.
Never moved.
And I was like, man, the clouds got me. I mean, maybe it looked like it was moving. So I was laughing at myself.
I mean, no, that happens to everybody. And
it does.
You know, I don't think people are, they're not willing to address that sometimes. It's part of that. You see it. And that's that UFO. It's back. It's following me. If I get in the car, it follows me. No, it's
the parallax effect, and it just looks like it's moving. It's not.
Yeah, it's
the astronomical version of paranoia.
Now, last night I did wake up and had a migraine because we got a crazy weather stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm awake and I'm awake, right? Because it's like, and I'm like, so I looked outside. Sky was kind of decently clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pulled out the thermal.
Mm-hmm.
I did tag 2 objects moving at incredible rates of speed, upper elevation, typical what we normally see with the black ring. And I was trying to record it, and I don't have enough free space on my phone because I'm using the app. I wasn't using the phone, and it didn't record it. So lost it. But I mean, it's so common. We'll snag it again.
You know, that's the funny thing. It's like people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you did that." You don't even realize
we have hours of this footage that nobody's ever seen.
But that's because it's boring. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It's boring. It's the same thing, and you can go out there and you can shoot this stuff and on a good night,
and it just becomes B-roll at a certain point.
It's there. You know, that's the whole point. It's there. And I don't know what it is. You know, I ain't going to tell you what it is like some people, but it's there. Anyway, I thought that was a really cool little article because
it really is.
You had touched on that not that long ago. And one of the cooler parts of it was right there in the middle at the end. Oh, I see that right here.
Here, I'll throw it back up.
No, it's just right there in the center. The theory was a brainchild of Francis Crick. So this is where, you know, the theory of it actually originated. Is one who helped to identify the DNA. So Leslie Orgel, the originator of the RNA world hypothesis, suggested that an ancient civilization that was possibly on the verge of extinction could have seeded habitable planets with life. And
we just had that one meteorite.
That's why,
or the asteroid, you know, that passed by that had all the pieces needed for RNA.
Yep, that's why
everything you needed to build life.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like, that's what I said. I just did a little short of you talking about that, and that just released this week, and then this was literally right after that. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! So yeah, I just grabbed it and was like, okay, this will be good news. I thought it was really cool. Some of the news we have is really cool, and some of it's just not going to be cool at all. Let's see. Oh, this is a pretty cool one. So you know how we've been talking about the whole Pope thing, right? Everybody's been kind of hinting around, the Pope's getting ready to come out and say this and that. I found a little bit about that. So take us first to presentation mode. I've got to show the still first, because I know you guys have seen this. You've heard it. Like here, this is going around. It's not just in the Mirror. I've seen this in many publications. I've seen a lot of people talking about this in the community. The Pope's preparing for the first contact, blah, 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 right? We've been hearing it. Well, where did it start? We've been talking about this for a couple of weeks. Like what started all this? And I actually found a video. So we can go to this is probably what kind of kicked it off, I think.
Documentary filmmaker claims the Vatican is quietly preparing for possible first contact with aliens in 2026. Mark Christopher Lee,
that is a terrible picture.
Access to the Vatican's secret archives, is investigating historical reports.
Okay, Batman, I'm coming after you.
He suggests the Catholic Church is considering the spiritual implications of meeting intelligent life beyond Earth. Lee's upcoming film, God vs. Aliens, explores links between UFO encounters and faith. Vatican stargazers have long stated that extraterrestrials wouldn't contradict religious beliefs. The new Pope's astronomer even says he'd baptize an alien, calling all life children of God.
I mean, okay, let's talk about this for just a second.
He's not the first astronomer, and he's from the Vatican that said that. The Pope himself even said that. The previous Pope.
Right. So here's the thing, though. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen." Well, I think I found out exactly. Here's the guy who's doing what they were talking about, by the way. And here's the story behind it. British documentary maker claims the Vatican could be bracing itself for the prospect of extraterrestrial encounter with the Pope, potentially addressing first contact with aliens in the coming year. Okay, that's the official blurb right there from the article, and I think that's where this whole thing started from. And it was just a few weeks ago that it came out, so it ties right in. Lee explained, I've been giving rare access to the Vatican's secret archives. This is strange, okay? First of all, I don't know how there's
a handful of people in the last 5 to 6 years that have been given this access.
Yes, there is, and some are podcasters, just to let you know.
Yeah.
We're not them. Vatican secret archives. I'll be looking for any historical reference to unexplained phenomena, spiritual encounters, or anything that could shed light on humanity's possible contact with intelligent life beyond Earth. Okay. I mean, do you got to tell them what you're doing before you go in there? I would think you would. And would they be okay with that? I'm assuming they were okay with it, because UFO researcher Mark Christopher Lee claims to have secured that rare access to the Vatican confidential archives and is investigating historical accounts of unexplained occurrences that basically may shed light on humanity's interaction with alien civilizations.
I mean, I'm curious to see this take on it, because there's already been some books written by the individuals who had pretty much unprecedented, unrestricted access to the archives and to the observatories. And her book is phenomenal.
You're talking about Pasalka, right?
Yep.
Well, she's mentioned as one of the people who have absolutely had it. This was literally today, January 8th. And here it is, been addressed again. Catholic filmmaker investigates UFO mysteries at the Vatican. But check this out. 1 month ago, which is about the time that we started hearing this. Like these people coming out saying, it's getting ready to, the Pope's getting ready to make this announcement. That is probably where this originated from, the original article that came out. But yeah, there you go. That's going to be it. I like what he says down here, Joe. Can you read that? You got to squint to read it. It's right down at the bottom. Sorik, who teaches filmmaking. Just start right there. That's all I want you to do.
Who teaches filmmaking at John Paul the Great Catholic University in San Diego says that he sees his work on UFOs as part of the listening and dialogue with contemporary culture that the church is calling for. The UFO people are on the margins, Sorch said. They've been told that they're crazy. That has nothing to do with how you're supposed to treat them and love them and give them respect, he said.
Why don't you read that last part for me again?
How
you're supposed to treat people?
The fact that they're in the margins has nothing to do with how you're supposed to treat them, love them, and give them respect.
What now? Respect.
Respect.
R-S-E-P-K. There was a song about that once.
What's going on, Larry? Good to see you out there, man.
So no, I think that we solved that mystery is what I'm trying to say. I don't know that the Pope is going to come out and, give us, any admission to first contact. And I don't know that would even matter at this point, but
well, I don't know, man. There's been so much talk and recently David Grush has been cleared to talk about the Italy crash and the Vatican's involvement and its release.
I thought that was weird
of that craft to US.
And I thought that was weird And it's weird because what he says, like in this article, they talk about going down and seeing this access tunnel. And they theorize that, well, and they talk about Grush, and they're like, well, maybe this is what he was kind of referring to, is this is maybe where they brought it under and then got it into U.S. custody at that point. So could Grush maybe be in that? I don't know. But if so, boy, that's going to be a game changer. That's definitely going to move our disclosure clock up if that happens. But I don't know. I mean, I ain't going to say it's going to happen in 26. Let's just say that.
Tony says the Catholic Church has been discussing the possibility of extraterrestrial life favorably even since the Middle Ages. Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah, they have. But they have to remind us every now and again in big ways. Okay, where are we at? Are we coming up on? Oh, yeah, we're there.
The next one.
All right. Do it. I didn't even want to do this, just to let you know.
This has been too hot of a topic to not touch. And we're going to touch it.
I did not want to do this. But I did it because of something I saw after this and made the decision to go ahead and, we're all in.
Yeah, because the after kind of infuriating, but
whatever. Take us to presentation mode. Let's get this over with.
Yep. Here we go.
Okay. Let's see if an image file. Yeah, image file. There's a few things in here. First of all, this is about Chris Bledsoe. And here's the deal. If you believe the stuff the man says, that's great. Don't care. But we're going to talk about just the data right here. Okay. And it's going to speak for itself. That's all I'm going to say about it. Here's his picture that, if you haven't seen it, this is the orb that they allegedly caught. I want you to look at it really close. Just look at it and tell us what you see, if you will, please. Well, Dave, what do you see?
A big blob of light.
Big blob of light.
Very highlighted too.
So, okay. Thank you. So let's look at some video now. I want to show you some video.
We all know what we think, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So, I guess first we should probably just go over what Chris said there. He says that it is a still shot of a green orb.
False statement number one.
A green orb from the World Forum, 12/15/25, Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. It was taken in 4K. Notice anything about it?
That's still, while it could have been
what
4K,
do you see?
Definitely ain't 4K.
This information appears only in 4 frames that we have found so far. I know they are communicating other than telepathic, and I am to prove it. Aim to prove it this year. It's is it forward or reverse? I don't know what that means. 2026 is going to be a year to remember.
Talking about the
number thing,
the numbers. Is it numbers or is it letters backwards? Is it numbers backwards?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we're going to look at some video now. So first of all,
and try not to let your heads explode.
I mean, I don't care. I just want you to watch it. This is, I can't tell you if this is the video before whatever they did to it, but I can tell you that it was taken at the same place. And I can tell you that it's, what is it? What
Ada,
is it?
I love you.
Oh, I see it. Just wait. Just wait. And just,
it gets better.
Hold all judgment just for a little bit, guys. Just for a little bit. What's that saying? I can't see.
Been staring into lasers too much.
Okay. So, all right, here's the video. So I stabilized I stabilized his orb for him. It's white.
Not green.
I don't know if that's the same one, but it really looks a lot like it. And if we stop it, I can actually stop it here. Hang on. Let me back it up for you. We're going to stop it. I want to zoom in right here. Right. Okay. Well, there you go. We can actually see there's a little black dot there. There's some distortions here and there all along the face of it. By the way, I think that is a single point light source that's out of focus. And I think
because that middle dot doesn't move.
Yeah. And isn't that what you look for, Dave? Like when you're doing what's it called when you're doing the telescope calibrations?
Oh, when I'm trying to focus. Yeah. Trying to focus, calibrate it.
Yeah.
Use like a beer. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of what you're seeing though? Like pretty much the same kind of a thing when something's kind of out of focus. You got that.
If you're using a Schmidt-Cassegrain specifically, which is what I use outside of my refractor, and
right.
That when you're focusing, you would want that to be dead center, like the dot in the center.
Right.
Circle. That way you know it's focused.
Yeah. So again,
now,
we have seen
orbs that are similar to that, way closer than forever up in the sky.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like?
What?
Looks like moisture or a water droplet.
Could be with like light going through it. And it could be.
Yeah.
So here's my problem with it. That looks more like the thing that has the number on it, right? But that's not what he says. He says that this is the one that actually had the number on it. Now, I ain't going to call nobody a liar. I don't do that. But I am going to challenge anybody who wants to stand up and tell me how on earth you can get anything out of that, because you're not going to get that kind of surface detail out of that. It's not going to happen.
Run that through what he did.
If you run it through what?
An AI sharpening tool, which is exactly what he did.
I mean, I can't say he did, but I can't say he did.
The more as well as I do, the more times you run that filter on the same image, it alters the image even further. And changes it and degrades.
I can tell you.
And it winds up becoming a whole new image.
I got one better for you. What if I told you that we could take one of our orbs and we could, there's our orb, get a screenshot of our little orb, right?
Yeah.
Well, what if we took our orb and we ran it through an AI enhancement program? What would the AI think that our little orb should look like? This is what the AI thinks it should look like. It's not what I told it to look like, but what it thinks it should look like. Well, it thinks it should look like this.
I'll be.
Now look though, I want you to see what happened here. This actually looks good, right? That looks good. That looks like, wow, that's an orb. That's amazing.
Look at the information in the middle.
Oh yeah, there's information in the middle now. Now, is there information in the middle? Not really. There's a couple of pixel gradient differences and so forth, but here AI has decided there's something in the middle of this.
Now, if you were to, did you by chance run this image through AI once again?
How did you know? And you don't know that I did this. That's the funny part.
I was just hoping that you did.
He has no idea that I did this. So I guess that's what happens when you do this crap long enough.
I know, right?
Together. Yeah. So this is what happens when you run it through.
Because I'm gonna tell you from a layman's point of view. Okay, layman's point of view, you just got these toys. Okay,
yeah.
You ran it through. Oh man, look how sharp that just made that.
I mean, it looks good.
Sharp that just. I wonder if we can run it again. It might even bring out some of that detail even more.
Right.
It can't be flawed.
It does. It does bring out detail even more. Now we've gone straight into some kind of a.
We have a star chart.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's a map telling us where it's from, Ron. That's what that is.
I don't know, man. I'm just telling you that if you run stuff through AI and you repeatedly run it through it, you're going to get some crazy results.
And look at
okay?
the wingdings in the top left corner.
Look at this. There's all kinds of crazy stuff happening in this image.
You know, guys, a good comment that
you know what's interesting?
Vera West is on here. It does highly resemble a bokeh ball.
It does look like a bokeh. I agree with you 100%. And I think that that's probably kind of what we're seeing. Are you noticing the detail? Like it's put little stars and stuff in here.
Yep.
Like, what in the world? Oh yeah, that's wild.
Well, you know what I think it actually is that we caught on image there? I think that might have actually been Unicron.
Nice.
That
eat the Earth.
It could be, man. I'm telling you, look at that. That's Unicron.
Oh my gosh.
And that's a star map that's leading us to Cybertron.
Okay. That's what that is, right?
And we're the only ones that know that.
Oh, well, we just did it live. So now over 3,000 people plus know it.
Oh, Lord help us.
Oh
now,
my God. No, for real. Let's stop having jokes about this and be serious for just a second.
Explain there though, the
process,
the way that the process took from the original video enhancement and then the enhancement again further, because you can see where some of that gobbledygook came from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how it was pulled out and enhanced.
So all I did was I just got a screen capture from the video. This is from the November 2nd, 2024 Chief Cornstalk area. This is what this one was. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's our orange orb for everybody.
That's the awesome one.
That's the awesome one. Yes. And I'm like, well, I'm going to try to isolate down one frame that doesn't move too much, right? Because it's kind of moving a little bit and you got blur. So I found a couple of frames where it was as clear as I could possibly get that thing. Now I want to state that to you right now too. That is as clear as I could get that thing. So this thing's around, now we don't know how high it was, right? But
we did estimate how high it was. I can't remember the exact altitude, but it was below the cloud deck.
Yeah, it's in the video, but I don't remember.
Yeah, we talked about it there. I can't remember what the numbers were off the top of my head.
The point being, you can see it. It's not sharp. It's not sharp at all.
What's also, you got to remember the type of camera it's being recorded on is kind of fuzzy by nature when it's running enhanced night vision.
Yeah. Remember, it wasn't visible by human eye. This was only visible up in the 1100 range.
Third generation night vision, light amplification.
Yep. That's exactly what it was. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at something was captured on a hyperspectral system, basically, a camera. So couldn't get anything clear on that. That's what it looks like on the video. And I'm like, you know what? This is good enough. I'm going to take it over. I'm going to throw it into, I use Gigapixel AI, and I use that because of my work. Every now and again, we'll get photos that people want to put onto urns or, plaques or something like that, right? For memorials.
And when the photo comes in, it's
no, there's no photos anymore, Joe.
It's this big.
Yeah, it is, because everybody takes their photos with these things and they think that they're these massive things, right? They'll send us a picture. They'll think that it's on my screen, so it's got to be big. No, the actual size of the image is maybe the size of maybe a postage stamp, if I'm lucky. Okay. So I will hand this to Gigapixel. As far as it goes with human models and so forth, spot on. They've nailed it. I can take your little postage stamp and I can blow it up to an 8x10 if I want to. It's enough for a laser to be able to put it onto a memorial anyway. And that's what we use it for.
But with an anamorphous blob.
No. With the anamorphous blob, it knows nothing. It has no idea what it's doing. It looks at that and says, well, it's circular probably. And that's what it did. It's like, okay, well, not that one. This is the first one. And it did a pretty good job of bringing out, honestly, what that thing kind of looks like.
That's where it should have stopped. Like, realistically, if Bledsoe's team didn't want to try to snowball anybody and wasn't trying to make a ton of money and wasn't trying to blow up on and make a big viral image, this is the step where it should have stopped.
I would have probably definitely stopped it here, but it would never have gone there with us, because there's some things that have happened in here that I want you to also notice, that his image has as well. See that really, really dark area back there? There's no grain
Looks like dust in
whatsoever.
it.
There's no grain whatsoever in this. There's no noise whatsoever in this. In a real image, you're going to have noise, you're going to have grain, you're going to have pixelization of some sort. Even if it is a 4K image, you're going to have that.
Yeah.
There's going to be a little bit of something there. There's none of that in that at all. There's also those weird tendril stuff. You see that going on? That how
Yep.
that, yeah, that's a, to me, that looks like what happened here on the second gen when this thing started filling in the blanks. And that's what it does. It just tries to fill in the blanks. Now, how this AI figured out that it might be looking at a planet, I have no idea. But it decided this is a planet, and it even put it out in space. You can see the little stars and all that, right?
Yeah.
That right there came from this. So you have to be careful with the tools that you're using. That's all I can really tell you guys about that stuff. I see a lot of people using AI. I see them using it for good, and I see them using it for bad. They're honestly, we don't use upscaling on with AI with any of our videos or with any of our images, because we learned a long time ago that it tries to fill in those blanks, and you end up with something that looks like this, which is nice, but that's not what we saw. That's
Linda
not.
decoded the message in the enhanced photo, Ron.
Oh, okay.
She says it says sun-kissed.
I could. It could.
it's a perfect ad for sun-kissed. You're right.
It could. So, again, I don't care if people think that that's something. That's, yeah, it's AI pareidolia. It's dreaming. You know what they call it? AI dreaming. Is that what it's called, Rick? It's just technology doing what technology does best. It's trying to give you a result, and it's a result it thinks you want to see. Now, I can tell you this, and I'm not saying Chris did this, but I am going to tell you this. If you make a suggestion, say I'm looking for something, say we got that orb, right, Joe? And we're convinced that there's a pattern here, or a face. Pattern. Yeah, or a face or something. There's something in there. And you tell it, because there's a thing you can do in Gigapixel AI that lets you turn up full creativity and lets it go nuts. Kind of like what I did with that one. I let it go nuts on its own, but you can give it prompts. So if I say isolate any geometrical pattern.
Yeah, like to say the square in one of the red orbs we got.
Guess what it's going to do?
You would wind up with an actual freaking Borg cube.
Yes, you will. Or you'll end up exactly with what we think it looks like, but we can't prove it. Can't prove it, but it would very much look like that, because it would go in and look for those 90-degree angles or whatever you're looking for, and it's going to highlight those. So is it AI generated? I can't say. Has it been through an AI filter? Chances are yes. I don't know.
They admitted it. In one of the articles, they said they sharpened it using an AI enhancement.
I don't know. I didn't see that. And what I'm telling you is, if you're going to do that, Joe, you know what we do. You've seen it on Paranormal Horizons. You see it on all of our videos that we release. We have a little ticker at the top that shows zoomed in, or we have another one that says this has been done to it, or this filter has been applied to it, or this has been stabilized. That's there so people understand this has happened to it before you got to see it.
Yeah, I'll have to track the article down, but there was actually a professional like photo manipulator, like, not a content creator, but they're actually like a videographer and everything. And they took the photo and they ran it through an AI program to detect AI. And it threw up all the red flags.
Yeah, well,
So it was the analysis was done that there was some lightning, sharpening, and then AI enhancement.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it was. Like I said, and I don't know if that white one was the same one, if it's been changed to green. I don't know if that green's even the same thing. I don't know what's what, because again, there's no chain of actual custody on any of it. There's no actual stamps of what was done to each one of these images, which you would do if you were trying to provide actual data, which is what we do when we try to provide actual data. because there's a difference between providing data and entertainment.
Trackway was talking about the orange light that we detected was the same color as one of the brown mountain lights that Miss T and himself had seen flying in formation that went over their heads. Don't
surprise me.
No, not at all, because we've actually captured with a regular camera that same color orange. But according to the manufacturer, that color orange is actually a green color, but the way it translates into the camera, that it shows up orange, but that was actually in the green spectrum, which is when you do the science on it, it makes way more sense why it went to that blue. Octopus said, if you tell AI to sharpen the image of a Sasquatch, it'll be wronger because Sasquatch is blurry. And that's even more scary to me.
You guys are funny. All right. Well, we got
stand-ups, man.
We got to do the next thing.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna do this. Take us into presentation mode. I'm gonna try to do this as
professional.
Yeah.
Professional.
Unbiased as possible. That's what I'm trying to do. So let's do this. All right. So Joe, you want to set up this what we're about to see here, because the first one is just a clip to where he says he really doesn't care in his own way about experiencers.
Well, historically, we have never taken too kindly to anybody that discredits experiencers, regardless of how extraordinary their story might be. Because we know as researchers and our background with all this stuff that perception can be manipulated, is what it is.
That's a good way to say that.
And when you have somebody who is arrogant enough to make the claims that are being made, you've got to be ready to catch it in the teeth.
Well, it's feedback. Feedback's feedback.
You've got to be able, if you got the cojones to say something out loud on a public forum, you got to have the cojones to handle what's being thrown back at you.
Wait, you got to remember, it was on his own forum, right? So you can do that
with their cult. You're right.
It was on his own forum. But we had someone on X grab this. The credit will be given there in the post. I can't think of the name right now. I don't use too many notes. That's the whole thing. But anyway, I'm just going to play this so you guys can listen to it.
Come on, Ryan, you're being so harsh. Believe the witness. Believe the experiencer. No, I don't give a
It gets better. It gets way better. Fringe on X. That's who captured this lovely clip and made it possible for everyone to see. And let's play the next one. That's Ryan Bledsoe, by the way.
That's Chris's son.
For those who don't know, that's who that is, and that's on his podcast. He has every right to do that. But
he can say wherever he wants. But
I want you to think about. I want you guys to think about that. You people who listen to this stuff, I want you to think about what's going to be played and what was just played. Because if you're an experiencer, the first thing you should be doing is walking away. That's what you should be doing.
Don't find any genuine reason to accept that any of that stuff is real.
I'm going to play that for you again, just for 1 second, okay? Because I
just don't find any genuine reason to accept that any of that stuff is real.
Now, what he's talking about specifically is experiencers and gray aliens. And because these guys...
Oh, there's more.
Yeah. Bledsoe, their whole thing is light and love, you know?
Oh, yeah. That'll be touched. Don't worry. We have the whole clip for them.
Oh, okay.
It was, all of the abduction stories where they take your semen or your eggs, or, they put a baby inside of you, like some, genetic hybrid program. And that was the only thing of the time. And we stood out. We were like a voice in the wilderness saying, hey, actually, it's spiritual. Maybe you guys are all wrong. Maybe you guys are the freaking crazy ones. We're not crazy. This is real. NASA's knocking on our freaking door.
When someone tells me in that tone, in that voice, we're not crazy, I question it. I really do, because as a researcher,
listen to the certainty that he just proclaimed that they were the only ones saying that it was of a spiritual nature, with complete and total disregard for people, I don't know, 50 years older than him.
Oh, yeah. There's been people saying this for a long time, honestly. But my whole thing is that you guys who have had negative experiences with this phenomena, and back there's tons of you. There's tons of you.
Yeah.
And there are thousands of people who've had experiences, like it or not. That's a fact. It's 100% fact. But there's a lot of you who've had negative experiences. I've sat, you have too, in front of these people. You've heard their stories. We've heard their stories. They're not pleasant stories.
No.
These are not pleasant stories.
They're not all pleasant stories.
And they're not made up. Okay. I'm sorry. They're no more made up than the rest of this. But here I'll just let play the
and like I get it. Some people they want to focus on just one.
Yeah.
You got some people that want to focus on it being all bad all the time.
Yeah.
And you have some people that just want to focus on it being light and love and hippie grease. But like there's so many on this teeter-totter. It goes back and forth, man.
Oh, it's complicated.
The stories go back and forth. It's a very complicated situation.
It's an extremely complicated situation. But here's the last clip.
It's a gray, whether it's a reptilian, whether it's a mantis, whether it's X number of thing that people, say that they experience. This is psychic phenomenon. This is mental phenomenon. These are not physical beings walking around in our world, right? The only beings that have the permission and the capacity to walk around in our world are the beings of light, the ones that the Bledsoes have been shouting at the rooftops about, the ones that we've been dealing with, that we've been dealing with, that
they've been dealing with.
They're the only ones.
They're the only ones. The beings of light. So I thought that was interesting to hear that term. And I went down a little rabbit hole because you guys know that I'm a big sci-fi fan. I love Battlestar Galactica. And that was the first time I ever heard that word. The term beings of light was from Battlestar Galactica, the War of the Gods. Also my favorite episode. Probably a documentary. But here's the thing. I did a little research and I wanted to know where the term really came from. And it does fit right in. Did someone say Round Mountain? They were summoned.
They were called in from beyond.
You summoned the Hellbent Holler crew, guys. Way to go. So anyway, what I found was this is where Glenn Larson probably picked it up from too, because it was in the mid 70s that all this metaphysical stuff was taking place. And here you go. Here's a little something for you. The beings of light. I'm going to stop that. So specifically, okay, the phrase being a light, it became a staple in New Age terminology in the late 20th century. Sounds like so far long ago. The conceptual terminology, though, of luminous entities dates back to ancient theological and philosophical texts. We know this. We've talked about it millions of times. We'll talk about it a million times more in the future. I have no doubt, especially as this year moves on. But there's a little bit more to it than that, because the specific popularization of the English term being of light is attributed to Raymond Moody, because it was in his book, Life After Life, which was very popular, by the way, Yeah, I mean, it was still popular in like the 80s for that matter.
Yep.
But it's still very popular. He's one of the first who actually wrote about NDEs, right? And did the big long-term studies on near-death experiences and whatnot. And what's amazing about that and significant is, there you go, Joe. Why don't you read some of that for them?
When they see the review of their life, NDEers realize that the being of light loves and cares for them. They realize that he's not judgmental, but rather he wants them to develop into better people. This helps them eliminate fear and focus instead on becoming loving people.
Huh. Beings of light told them this? Okay. Well, here's another one for you.
One NDEer I spoke to had a minister of the fire and brimstone, or had been a minister of the fire and brimstone variety. It wasn't infrequent, he said, for him to tell his congregation that if they didn't believe in the Bible in a certain way, that they would be condemned to burn eternally. When he went through his NDE, he said the being of light told him not to speak to his congregation like this anymore. But it was done in a non-demanding way. The being just implied that all he was doing was making the lives of his congregation miserable. When this preacher returned to the pulpit, he did so with a message of love, not fear.
Yeah. So these beings of light basically originated from the whole near-death experience research from Moody in the mid-70s. That's where the terminology comes from. It was adopted from that point right into the New Age, metaphysical movement, and that's where it is today. And now, I guess, we're calling them light beings, beings of light, celestial beings. There's all kinds of names for these. What it comes down to is interpretations of those names. Well, you know what we did with the whole Bigfoot, physical, non-physical thing? You remember that?
Subject A, subject B.
Yeah, that lexicon changing thing?
Yeah.
I think it's about time that we do a little lexicon changing across multiple phenomena at this point and start breaking them down a little further. Being of light is either A, physical, or it's non-physical, or it could be both. There's your subject C.
Technically, being of light, historically, theologically, canonically, and philosophically, has always been an in-betweener.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been a transcendent form of a being.
I'm going to pop these comments up here so these people can get some questions and get some stuff put in here. Get your comments and get your questions and so forth in. Guys, join the conversation. No one is going to be made fun of here. I can promise you that.
So Ashley just said, about a month before my grandma passed, she said that she had seen something that looks like E.T. Not sure if he gave her the finger or not. In all seriousness, she did tell us that.
Yeah. Well, there is some weird relation to this. They're pretty sure. I mean, there's a reason that Bob Bigelow went straight from Skinwalker Ranch. Yes, I am selling this. I'm done with UFOs, but guess what? I'm going to start researching life after death.
Yeah.
There's a reason he did that. So my point being this, guys, if you're an experiencer and you think that this is one central phenomena, you are in for a rude awakening one day.
Yeah.
I tell you this as an experiencer, because once I did believe that there was only one side to this. There is not.
And me and you had many a debate about that.
There is not.
When we were talking, we'd be sharing thoughts and ideas about things. And, it was always, we'd always have to come back to there's something dark here as well.
Well, there is something dark. I even told you there's something dark. It's just that I thought that something dark was just part of the other thing. It may not be at all. This may be, what did they say? You know, if this whole galactic council thing, I mean, there could be thousands of interactions, but there does seem to be some form of, I'll agree with him on this. It is mental.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way. No, it's not always, you know, physical, but it's not always not. So there is this consciousness aspect. I think we showed that. I think we all showed that. I think Hellbent Hollers here. They can tell you they showed that. There's several of us that have been showing that. There's some kind of a physical and non-physical thing going on here. It's tactile and it's non-tactile at the same time. But what is it? Joe, what is it?
Well, the bravest thing that anybody can say in a situation like this is, I don't know.
That's the correct answer. And that's what I wanted to hear you say.
And the problem with people that
pause for a second. Put that up there. Pause for a second. Put that up there. Put that up there.
I don't see anything up there.
Where's it at? There.
Oh yeah. The Deucer's daughter passed away. You guys send out all your prayers and positive energy his way. They're also, if you have it and the ability to do so, go to Dewey Edwards' Facebook page. They're setting up trying to set up a fund to help cover funeral expenses.
It ain't cheap,
and it's not cheap, and they're going to get stuck with a lot of that debt themselves. And on top of all the grief and suffering, there's going to be a financial toll that's going to hit them in the teeth as well. And if there's any way that any of you guys could help, or would feel so inclined, get a hold, look up Dewey Edwards on Facebook, and you'll be able to find that there. I'm going to get some of that information off of his post.
Just share it over on the group
show, and I'm going to make a post over on our talk page.
Yeah,
so that way you guys can find it. But if you're friends with him, or Dewey, go to his Facebook page. He's got the information there posted, and you guys can help him out a little bit.
Looks like Joe and Jess are going to be doing their part down that way as well.
Good deal.
Setting up a little charity drive. So when you guys get that done, get us a link to that as well, and we will definitely get that out there and promote the crap out of that.
So when it comes to this, the phenomena, and everybody asks these questions, and you have charismatic individuals, particularly charismatic individuals with stone cold references in their name for their show, which is so pretentious. You need to be able to admit you don't know. You are not, and I don't care who these people are. I don't care who it is that's speaking. They're not the smartest person in the room. You very rarely ever are.
Yeah.
Especially if you're discrediting other people's experiences, whether it be their interpretation of that experience or the actual experience itself. You're discrediting it. You are diminishing someone else. You are belittling someone else. Light and Love doesn't do that. Light and Love listens, maybe even gives a gentle helping hand of correction. It doesn't smack somebody across the face and say, I don't believe that. I don't buy that. I think you're lying. That's not how that works. It's not how it works in the church. They've seen for the last couple hundred years how well that worked.
Yeah.
It's not how it works in the workplace. There have been many, many companies who have fallen asunder because of piss poor leadership, because someone was too embarrassed, particularly someone at the top, too embarrassed to say, I don't know, or ask anyone else for help.
Yeah.
If you have somebody at the top of your organization, the top of your research team, the top of your podcast that is infallible, you have screwed the pooch. And if you are dumb enough to follow that person, I've got some choice words that I can't say on here for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, the arrogance, the surety of these people who think that they know what this phenomena is blow my mind, because you're dealing with something, honest to goodness, we've proven it at this point. But not just us. When I say we, I'm not being arrogant here either. I'm telling you, as in a community of researchers, we as in a group of peers, we as in a group, a collective, if you will, have pretty much proven and validated all these older researchers, these legends who have literally said to us, look, this, what you're seeing may not be what's really there. What you're experiencing may not be exactly verbatim what this phenomena is. This may be, like I've said before, just a wave. We don't see the boat. And maybe we're not supposed to see the boat. Maybe the boat can really mess us up if we see the boat. I don't know. But there's a reason that this thing has stayed at arm's length.
Yeah.
It stayed close enough to us to manipulate us. It stayed close enough to us to keep us on the right track. Engaged on the right track, doing whatever we're supposed to be doing, right? It's kept us close enough to do that, but it has not trusted us enough to sit down at a table and take the mask off. And when you sit there and you say that you know what this is, it's going to be so much harder when you realize you don't.
Kind of important to notice too, this phenomenon's been going on for thousands of years, and
how many have thought the same, Dave? You're absolutely right.
We have a little more knowledge of it now, where we can use science to a degree, but we don't know.
There's multiple phenomena as far as I've seen. Yeah.
The only thing that we can tell you for sure is what we have recorded on scientific measurement devices. And we don't even know what that data means sometimes. We just know that it is. And it did X.
It did X when X happened,
Right.
And that doesn't add up. There's something strange about that.
And that's the only tangible bits that we have.
Yep.
Then Ashley says, I've been throwing up comments here in the background. Ashley says,
no, we're not ready. No, we're not.
And why should it trust us enough to sit at the table with us? Look at us. Really? We aren't ready.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. I had a great conversation with somebody over on one of the other UFO pages. There's only a few that allow us to post our links to the page. And I think UFO Group's one of them. UFO Group, pretty good. I'll give them that. They've always supported us, and always, I'll give them a plug out, because anyone supports us, we support them. But more importantly, there was an individual I had a conversation with, and they had asked a question about, do you think that, if the truth came out tomorrow, would people be ready? And I was like, they're absolutely not ready. That was my only thing I said. And they were like, well, why do you think that? So I gave them the why I think I said that, because it's one of those situations where it's going to take a big toll on society in general. And basically came down to, there you go. Multiple phenomena, or cue the cover of Passport to Magonia. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you're saying that all of human history and all of spirituality and et cetera, would have to be rewritten. And I'm like, no, I'm saying it would have to be redefined. And here's why. And it was just this big list of these reasons. And as I'm writing it, I'm like, that does sound interesting. And then when I posted it, he comes back and he says something like, so you're saying that it may be for our own good, that this may be some kind of a protection. And I'm like, it's a good deduction you came up with. Yeah. Because I don't think that I don't think if you went out, I'll give you the analogy again. You've heard me say this before. I think I've done this a couple of times, not here, but we've done it. If I go out tomorrow and I go out on the porch and there's an ant colony there, and I look down because I see something weird. Maybe the ants are carrying something. Okay, that's weird. And maybe I come back a little bit later and now the ants, they've taken the something and they've made it into something else. Well, now I'm going to really start looking at these ants. Okay. I'm really going to start being very curious as to what are they doing. I thought they were just carrying a dead bug or a leaf or something. I don't know, but no, that's not what that is. That's something else. I've never seen that before. That's weird. I'm going to watch them. I'm going to keep watching these ants and trying to figure out what it is they're building. But what if they're building something to either A, communicate with me, or blow themselves into smithereens, which could possibly, I don't know, destroy my porch in the process. I'm just throwing stuff here, but you see what I'm getting at. The thing is, you're only relevant sometimes because you have to be, out of necessity. Now, I don't think that that's what it is. I'm just telling you that there's definitely something there that demands us to look at all that data. We can't just focus on, oh, it's going to cause, economic collapse or spirituality collapse. It will not. No, it won't. It'll only do that if you want it to. You can coexist with this.
I'm going to last thoughts on that whole mess, because that's really truly what it is for me.
It is a mess. Yeah.
Is if you are part of a group and you're all looking and watching something, and you're looking to one guy for the answers, because when he said he's the only one that has the answers, and he's the only one that they're talking to and revealing themselves to, and that they're the only ones, the light in the darkness, you might be part of a cult. All I'm saying is if you go to a group function, don't drink the Kool-Aid, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
if you show up and they're all wearing matching tracksuits, definitely don't drink the Kool-Aid.
I think it's so wrong because, look, there are people I don't agree with.
Well, Ashley asked her, was I talking about Greer? Sorry, had to. No, I'm talking about anybody that applies to.
All of them, Ashley. My problem with it is the disrespect of witnesses. That I have a really hard time with. Anybody, you can call us crazy all you want.
Oh yeah,
you can come to us and tell us we're crazy. We don't know what we're talking about, but we're going to come back at you. We're not going to come at you mean. We're going to come back at you with data, and then we're going to challenge you to do some work.
And probably a little bit of self-deprecation mixed in.
It's a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work for you, because we've already done the work. We've already did that, so you didn't have to do it. But if you want to do it, there you go. You go look at that, and you tell us what you find. But the problem is, if we can't have respect for others who have had similar experiences, that says a lot, because that to me is not about collective anything. And we are. Let's call it what it is. This is a collective. Witnesses, they are part of a collective. Safety in numbers. That's all it is. It doesn't mean it's some form of, cult. It doesn't mean it's some form of gathering. It means that There's safety in numbers. You know this when you've been in a place, when you came to like, well, okay, look at when we came to our meeting, how many people were getting along. They were getting along greatly because they had an experience and you had an experience and people were talking. Instant friends. That's how that works. That's because there's a kinship between experiencers, true ones. And it's almost like there's an unwritten code there. A true experiencer will not make fun of another experiencer. Not going to do it. Because they know that they've been in that position themselves.
Yeah.
They know that they've been on the other end and received that. Oh, you're nuts. You're crazy. No, I don't want to hear that talk. You get out of here. And then it happens to them, and all of a sudden they're wanting to tell somebody, and who are they going to tell? That is our jobs. Our jobs are not to go out and prove that aliens are here or that aliens are Bigfoot, angels, demons,
Anything.
Nephilim, giants, leprechauns. I don't care. Here's the thing. All that could be true, but it doesn't really matter because we don't know, and we won't know. We don't know. The only way you would know that is to reach an omnipoint. Do you know what that is? You know what that is, right, Joe?
Yeah.
The omnipoint is when you become God, literally. You know everything. And until you reach an omnipoint, you can't say you know. You're not God. I'm not God. I know there are people who think that they are, but they're not. And what these things are, I don't have a clue. But I can tell you that they're there. I can tell you that they do interact with people. And I can tell you that they mess with people's heads. They change perceptions. And they have interfered with life on this planet. And probably in a good way. We're still here.
Trackway asked one question that gets me. Why doesn't it interact? Something must be saying it's not allowed. Well, it is a singular. So we're not dealing with a singular thing here. And you also have to look at all of your hardware that you go out with. Yeah. How many times when you're out conducting research do you get unexplainable pings off of a device? When I mean, I know when we were doing Paranormal Horizons, you guys saw on video that we would interact and we'd play. Like, let's see if it wants to play. And then we'd get interaction. It's interacting. Now, is it interacting in the way that I want it to? Do I want to, I would like to just go up, give it a high five and be like, get me off this rock.
Not going to happen.
But like, there is interaction, you know, when you look at what's going on and the distractions sometimes that pull you one way and get you down a rabbit hole to be like, oh yeah, we need to try that. And then you do it and you get results. That's an interaction of some sort. You know, you're looking, I recommend some light reading from the great Jacques Vallée.
Oh yeah.
Go get into some of his stuff and you'll start maybe noticing where there's been interaction in the past with you.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a thought. Like go check it out. I mean, it's a weird world, man.
Oh boy, ain't it?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the other thing we're starting to see. We're seeing a lot of people starting using this terminology that, you know, different realities, things like that. Yeah, imagine that. But again, I think that a lot of these things happen on a greater wavelength, so to speak, and you just kind of tap into that. That's why everybody seems to have the same ideas at the same time sometimes. Yep. You know,
I mean, yeah, for example, that's a great example there, man.
Yeah.
You had Skinwalker Ranch, us, Hellbent Holler, and Skywatcher all doing the exact same stuff, near exact same stuff at the exact same time with various levels of funding.
Yeah.
But we were all doing the same stuff in the same time frame, getting extremely similar results.
Really close. Yeah.
What were the odds of us just all simultaneously walking the same direction?
Yeah. Yeah. And I that's why, we said what we said at the end of Horizons, where we're like, this just seems like there's a part of this thing that just wants its story told. I don't know what that is. I mean, we'll tell the story, but I don't know what it is. That's okay. I'm not gonna fight that, but I will tell you, it ain't just one side of the coin. Never has been, never will be. That's probably part of the story.
Octopus, you're 100% correct. That we are self-limiting. I used to teach during one of the courses that I would go in and do like in-depth sessions with, was that we are the number one aggravation in the flow,
Right
and
there.
that we set the pace at which communication and the water flows through us, the same as you do crimping a water hose. And 99.9% of the time, we're the one crimping the water hose, not the other way around.
Yeah. Well, my whole point is I would like to think that all of us together in our separate little ways, that all of us are achieving something. We may not know what that is today. We may not know what that is in our lifetime, but it may help someone in the future. That's the whole point. And that's why you can't just write off some of this stuff. You got to do a little work. You got to do a little research with it.
Yep.
You can't just automatically shut it down unless you've got data that literally says, I'm going to shut this down. You got to keep it open. Now,
I think we could see a lot this year, though, potentially, with all the conflicts around the world and all the things that are being potential conflicts we have right now. As we know, some of these objects seem to appear more during periods of high conflict.
Yeah.
So it could be a year. Could be.
It could be.
Once again, Baba Yaga is calling for the end of the world, just to let you all know. Every New Year's, that is one of the top.
And it's always the same picture.
Always.
Yep.
Always. So, the doomsday clock's running and doomsday day's here. That hasn't happened before, just to let y'all know.
It's true.
So that hasn't
One
happened.
step closer to the edge.
Definitely one step closer to the edge. I'm going to start. Yeah. So anyway, folks, I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to touch this. I didn't want to do the whole show. I'll be honest with you, but I wanted to do the news, but I really didn't want to touch that orb stuff. And then the more I kept seeing it get played and played out, and it's just, we got to go there.
And worn out.
We got to go there because
the stuff that really set me off was that podcast episode.
Yeah, if he hadn't did that, I don't think I would have even cared. I don't even think
left
I would
alone and just let the stupid be the stupid.
I wouldn't have went into the whole, well, this is how you would do that, but this is how you would do that, folks. This is exactly how you would do that. I'm also going to touch something else really quick before we go. I was on another page. It was some page that doesn't really care much for me or Joe or anyone who questions actual reality. Whatever that may be these days. They do like red circles a lot though.
But boy.
Yeah. So they didn't like one of my answers in relation to a video that was played, and had to remove it apparently because, things that make you think aren't really what they want there. So what's going around, and you've all seen this. I know you've seen this. It's this chick who talks into her little phone, her little AI friend. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen this. And it tells her, the true nature of the universe and Bigfoot and aliens.
Oh, God, yes.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Well,
I remember this dumb video.
She's getting a lot of followers, okay, just to say that. But what you don't see, and this is what I said, you got to keep in mind, and I was very nice about this, you've got to keep in mind, AI is going to do whatever AI thinks you want it to do.
Yeah.
What you didn't see in that video was the hours of conversation that led up to that.
Yeah.
You didn't get to see the prompt that prompts the response, because AI wants to make you think you're a genius sometimes. Well, I've never thought of that. That's a fascinating topic. Just shut up, machine. I'm not voting
Right.
for you. I'm not, I'm not here to give you accolades. Just do the work.
Yeah,
I'm asking,
that's an interesting topic.
crunch the numbers. That's all I want you to do. Crunch the numbers. Is this possible? But no, you're not seeing that. And it's just storytelling. It's entertainment. That's all it is. But the sad part is you've got people out there who don't know reality anymore. There are people out there right now, Joe, who are looking at archipelagos and thinking that they're sleeping giant leviathans. They're seeing land masses and plateaus and thinking they were once giant trees.
Yeah, you've got the ones that look actually like carvings, like those snakes.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Scales, like
They're
the scales
amazing.
are natural formation, but the face is not. The face was carved by some Paleolithic, but
I don't know. I don't know what it was. Don't care. But the point is, it's probably not what they said, Himalayan salt. I mean, there's the whole thing about that. Himalayan salt, the pink salt, that's the blood of congealed, fossilized blood of giants.
It's so tasty too.
Oh man, giant blood is so good. But no, guys, this is the world we live in. And again, you can bring those things to the table, but you're going to have to show more data.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Believe it if you want. Don't care. Don't matter to me. But if you're going to be talking about that kind of stuff around my friends, I'm probably going to intervene. And I'm probably going to say, I'm no expert, but there's this thing called insert topic here. You might want to go read this book about whatever topic this was. Say, I don't know, geology, tectonics, things like that. But, for whatever reason, like I said, people, they don't want to. They want to live in a world where it's that fast. You even said something there the other day. You said it was the thing with Meldrum. Remember the thing they showed?
Oh yeah, that terrible photograph, that AI photo they generated of all the good actual
photos
that he has.
Yeah,
that's
why? It's an AI photo.
Like a sad crying Meldrum.
Ever noticed that all the AI crap is sad and crying in all the preview stuff? Like, what is it trying to do there? It's doing something. And there's another AI thing
imprinted on the human condition that we're just sad and depressed.
Sad and depressed. It's not wrong. But there's another AI warning for you. The Avi Loeb one that I showed you guys last night. I'm not sharing it here. If you guys see Avi Loeb talking about 3i Atlas and it doing this crazy thing, he didn't. That's not Avi. Sounds like him. Looks kind of like him. But if you watch his tie, it kind of morphs into his body every now and again.
And you got to watch the lip and the teeth.
Yeah.
They blend together too.
So please, for the love of goodness, just be careful what you're listening to, what you're doing, and what you're believing out there. Do what we do. Ask for the data. It'll help you. If they can't provide the data, you know where you're at. Does that make sense? Anyone?
Mostly.
No, really? Okay, fine. That's good, Dave.
Oh man, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. This has been a good show. I know we got a little heavy there at the end, but it needed to happen because there's a bunch of BS floating around the internet because people have mouths, and for whatever reason, they decide to use them instead of keeping them freaking shut. Yes, just stop, please. If you don't know something for certain, don't try to pretend you do.
I think you can say what you want. It's just you're going to have to back it up. Show us something. And I don't mean
not a blurry photo.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Or an AI enhanced photo.
Strange Talk Radio. Just tuned in.
Hey, Strange Talk Radio. I think, hadn't we been on that show before?
I don't know. I can't remember what show
it
we've
sounds
been on.
familiar.
I have no idea. I can't remember anything past.
Tuned in late, but hello. Hey, there's like a whole 2 hours you can go catch up on.
Heck yeah. It gets a little heavy at times. Just pre-warning. Just let you know.
I know that show from somewhere.
Yeah, I do too. So yeah, definitely. It was an interesting show. We covered quite a bit. A lot of news heavy stuff. Let's try to do an actual topic next week. Let's try to keep it out of the out of the negative range too. There's too much negativity in the world. Let's something positive. I don't know. Dave, try to find something not doomsday. And Joe, you do the same. Try to figure us out something kind of good topic.
Oh yeah, we'll do something fun next week.
Whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about. I mean, if y'all want to go that way, I don't care. We'll talk about, whatever.
If you guys want to have some real fun, I mean, there's 5 asteroids that's going to be passing by Earth between June 10th and the 13th.
That sounds like a Doomsday Dave segment.
Oh,
yeah,
it does.
But they're all within 300 to 2 million miles, 300,000 to 200.
Well, I'm sure something will happen.
I mean, it's close enough.
Yeah, it'll probably happen. It can probably like zap all the mirrors on Earth or something. I hear they do that. So
yeah, we're safe. It's just passed by.
Anyway,
I see little Siamese here just wanting to throw in my lap right now.
Oh, that's it. We were chatting for a while at CryptidCon, but if you all ever want to come on the show, you're entirely hey, you get to say when. Say when.
CryptidCon, such a good show. Such a fun
show. We love that show. That's one of our favorite events. That and Mothman and OBC. Those are our 3
fun shows. It's the Trinity right there. Yeah.
Yep. So it's always good times. Oh man!
Wait! Ashley's getting ready to purchase her
Moldavite. Make sure
first piece of Moldavite. Oh man, I'm so excited for you.
Make sure it's real.
Definitely make sure it's real. There's a lot of fake Moldavite coming out.
LR is planning on going to OBC. Sweet, dude.
Nice.
You'll have fun, man. You'll have a good time. Got to come up and hang out at the party deck with us for a bit.
Folks,
John, hey, what's going on? Good to see you out there. Hope you're doing good.
We didn't have time this week, so next week we've got to do the drawing. We have stayed above 3,000.
We've stayed above 3,000, so it's happening, baby.
We're good, unless a bunch of people blacklist us tonight and we go down into negative. But yeah, we're good. So we're going to be doing the drawing next week, and we'll have a nice little prize package. Somebody's going to win something really, really cool.
It's going to be fun, guys.
It's going to be
really fun. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Everybody that donated tonight, we extra appreciate you guys. Y'all are what keep the lights on in this joint and keep it streaming live for free and out from behind a paywall, because it's just who you all are. You guys are great, and we appreciate it.
Oh, I actually have something for you for that. Hang on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Let me see. I think it's right here. I actually did something for these amazing people who support us week in and week out. I think it's right. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. And you can talk over this too.
Oh, fun. Oh, kept free. Adam Good, L.W. Marshall, Larry Hose. Look at all these names. We've got
you can't read all
Star Wars scroller. Look at that.
Yeah, I want you guys to see how long it really is. Check that out.
This is great.
Check that out. That's the people who make this show possible.
Yeah.
And when you do donate or get the super sticker or whatever, we will add you to that, by the way. I've got the file, so we'll be adding.
I needed some music with it though. Need some big grand music.
That's you figure it out.
Yeah, we're going to have we'll tap you for that.
I see you. I see what's behind you, so I know that's you. So secret token. Probably.
Might already have something. Who knows?
You probably do.
Well, you guys, again, can't say it enough. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. We're going to be right back here next week Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wild and Weird Radio Live. It's going to be, speaking of keeping it free, Ashley, thank you so much.
Look at Ashley over there.
Thank you. We're going to throw out one last one before we roll. Thank you. You guys are fantastic. Next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, Wild and Weird Radio Live. It's going to be fun. We're going to show up probably with just a loose topic, unless the news does something like it did this week and gives us a fun little snippet to run with. But we're going to let you guys steer the ship.
Yeah, I mean, if the Pope comes out, I guess we'll have to go there, won't we? But,
right.
We'll see how it goes.
So, guys, hang tight, stay safe, keep a level head. Don't join any weird cults.
Try not to.
Unless it's the Church of the Holy Serpent. Yeah. And if it's the case, then remember, just stay right here because you're already in it. Stay wild and weird, everybody.